Can't get no data off no cracked NAND, boy. Because you clicked the wrong one. Duh. Duh. We have 26 followers on Twitch. Ballin'. Ballin'. Last. Tim's last. What's up, Nathan? Your model number on the board.
God damn it, Chris.
Your mom goes the model number. Model number's on the casing, Broham.
I know, but the model number doesn't match up.
What model number does it Google as?
1455. If it Googles as an iPad, original iPad, iPad 1, but...
What? No, it doesn't.
iPad Mini 1.
Mini 1?
Yeah, that's what I'm
okay.
saying. Of course.
So what's the problem then?
This thing's saying on model A1600. This is an A1455.
Oh my god. What's going on, everybody? Let me look this up for Micah so he doesn't hurt his head thinking about it. Don't want him to hurt his head, guys.
I don't want to hurt my head, Chris.
His head's hurting, boys.
It's hurt real bad.
I got to hurt real bad.
Okay, fine, drink, Chris.
What's model number?
On this one, it's 1455.
Well, looky there. I opened up iPad Mini, and looky there. It says model 1455.
In the
holy shit! You're not on a fucking iPad Mini 1. That's Mini 2. Scroll to the top. Guarantee it says Mini 2. Mini 3. You're on Mini 3.
I clicked on the.
Holy Jesus!
I clicked on the iPad one that just says iPad Mini.
No, you didn't. You clicked on the one above it.
I think it might have scrolled around.
Oh. Oh.
God damn it, Chris.
Oh. College football is starting up. Louisville plays tomorrow.
Here it is.
So does Alabama. Hey, Micah, did you find that 1455 over there?
1455.
Good job. Good job, bro.
It says remove all the resistors.
What's up from the ashes? All the resistors. Leave none in its wake. Do you have to pull the board on those or no?
I think so.
It doesn't look like it.
No, I don't.
Mini 2 you do.
On the model 1454, remove one's 1455. Is it
It's
still
the same.
same? Okay. Remove resistor R1204 and make a jumper on place R1205. Oh no, 1455 is different. Delete resistors 1204, 1205 and make a jumper on 1205.
Ooh.
It's the same thing.
Thank you, Wayne. That will be going towards donations. I think we're close to $1,000 now.
They're gonna get
Should be really close.
1 pallet of canned foods.
Yep. That's a lot. It's a lot for a lot of things. What's up, Jonathan?
You should send them Bibles, Chris.
No, I'd rather not. I'd rather send them something they can use.
They can read them while they're wanting to
While they're drowning.
Joel Osteen or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh yeah, his church. He got blasted. He got blasted hard.
Yeah.
Blasted.
He's been blasted hard many a time.
By many men.
By many men.
Many, 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 many men.
He loves the men.
Pull my hair over Macs. Why? Macs are fun. Macs are the easy stuff. I just hope that for college football this year, Louisville's offensive line has gotten better. Because if it has, it's going to be a good year. If it hasn't, it's going to be a bad year.
Up 200%.
What'd you say? The likelihood of me banging your mom tonight's gone up 200%? What?
No.
My God, what? This is gross, Micah. Micah got me a beer. I'm underage and can't have beer. It's a root beer. What's up, Nate? That's going well, going well. I was going to show you all an iPhone 5C data recovery job, but I turned it on and discovered that the NAND was getting warm, and then I checked for shorts and there was no shorts, and then upon further inspection I noticed there was a crack all the way across the NAND.
You could have seen that crack with your naked eye.
You could have. Actually, I didn't see it until looking at it for a little bit.
That one guy could have seen it.
Oh no, his phone's still here too, taken apart. Alright, let's bend this shield up out of the way. And we'll clip it off. There we go. Mini man. Mini. What's up, D&M? We do have some cool stuff coming up. I've got to make some small talk, some combo. Oh man, what the fuck they do with my damn... They made my camera look all weird. But anyway, we'll have some cool stuff coming up. I've got to talk to the supplier I've been talking to and see if they're okay with it, but we may be doing some giveaways. Just have to okay it with them. Some cool tools for this trade. We'll also be doing some reviews of some tools. See if any of these I think are going to be beneficial, if they'll help anybody. Micah's going to drop test them because that's the official thing we really need. How well do they hold up to abuse? But once we get everything kind of ironed out and straightened out, I can give you all better ideas on what's going on. Have you ever had a problem with an iPhone 6's error -1? Error 53. Error 53 has to do with NFC, supposedly. Any news on the 6S Rose that you're waiting on the programmer for? No, Nate. Actually, I gotta ship that out to you. It's done. I actually need to bill you and ship it out. I forgot all about it. Sorry about that. It's right here. It's done. The programmer came in last week and I got it done and I forgot all about it. I apologize. But yeah, it's fixed. It's actually right here. Let me see how. It should hopefully still powered up. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! Everything's been going a million miles an hour lately. But yeah, it's fixed. It boots up. We'll let it boot here. Show it. There you go. Ta-da! Setup screen. So I will get that one shipped out to you ASAP. If you don't mind, Nate, shoot me a text and I'll get your PayPal info and get you invoiced. If it's not on this paper in here. Forgot all about that one. I thought Ashley had grabbed it and already called you, but I had it buried under shit on my desk. Alright, so, but back to what I was talking about. I've been talking to a supplier. They would like me to do some reviews. I don't know the specifics yet. Until we kind of get it sorted out, I'm not going to say for sure or not. But if they will allow me, I'll definitely be doing some giveaways with the different tools and stuff. That way I can give away some cool stuff that you all may be able to use, or stuff that I already have that I think you all could benefit from. And plus it gives you all a little feedback on my end to you for supporting me on YouTube and stuff. So I'm definitely going to see if I can get that for you all, though. Because there's a lot of cool tools that they have that I think would be beneficial, and we're going to test them for sure.
Are you using ZXW?
Am I using ZXW? No, not really. You can take over. Ew, get off there. But hopefully we'll start seeing some stuff come in. Thank you, Mark.
$1,000 here we come.
$1,000 here we come. Indeed. I'm pretty excited. I did a few service calls today, and the lady that there we go. I was like, why is this not heating up? The lady, I wasn't going to charge her anything, but she insists on paying, so I just told her that I would shoot her some money. Chuck, maybe. Maybe. Maybe, baby. We'll just have to find out, I guess. I've actually been in talks with a few different distributors. Some in the Chinese market and some in the US market. So, interested to see what happens with it. I definitely would like to see more of the Chinese market, some of the tools that we don't get our hands on here very often. Mostly because people don't want to take the chance to buy them and see how they work. I'd be interested in that, especially since I can give a review that a larger majority of the microsoldering community on this side of the ocean understands. The one thing you will notice with a lot of the Chinese reviews is the English translation is just really broken, so it's hard sometimes to understand. But hello, welcome from Brazil. How you doing, GoPro? Alright, so we got our Tristar area cleaned up. We will grab us a new Tristar. You're tight.
Huh?
What? What do you have to do? Remove and bridge?
This one I think I got a bridge.
You don't have to remove anything? I thought it said you had to remove something.
Hold on. I do have to remove one and then bridge another.
Well, the one you have to remove, just knock it off.
Alright.
Just take your tweezers and push it off. Just don't hit anything around it.
So don't even
Yeah, just push it off. I mean, you can use your iron if you want. I wouldn't use hot air at all.
I'm not going to use hot air.
You can use your iron if you're more comfortable with it.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. Bought an iPhone 6 2 months ago. Wouldn't power on. Ordered a iPhone 5 battery. Ordered a 6 battery, never showed up. Ordered another. It restores, but nothing on screen. Greg, we can probably fix that.
Yeah, the 1205, you have to make a jumper. That's the one right there on the CPU.
Chuck, yeah, I could see that. Some of them, I don't know that it's necessarily that they all have a bad rep as far as like quality, because I mean, let's be honest, everything that we buy is from China. The quality thing just comes down to if the manufacturer gives a shit or not. The problem I see is a lot of these tools, like you'll see different tools that come out of the Chinese market, like especially there's some now that have like multiple functions that do like NAND and battery and all this stuff, kind of like the Navi Plus, but they have more functionality. And I kind of wonder on some of those if like what they actually do, because the descriptions aren't the greatest at times, just because of the English translation just doesn't really match up with how we would explain it, what it does. So I'd like to get my hands on some of them just to do that. Alright, so we're going to heat the Tristar up until it pulls itself into place. There it goes. And it's in its final position now. Chris, I sent you an iPhone 6 Plus and you diagnosed only a battery issue. I got it back from concern. Now it only pulls 100 milliamps and won't boot. 100 milliamps and won't boot. Like, pulls 100 milliamps from the battery connector? Or from the charger? Was watching your basics reading board stream you've done a while back. You and Micah saying basics. What a way to pump up the word basic.
What?
Because we were going basic.
Basic. Basic.
Basic. I'm clipping the mic over here. What's up, Brandon? I mean, people sometimes assume it's crap because it's from China. Their quality has been improving in a lot of areas. I would say, Chuck, more in the third-party companies out of China. You have a lot of smaller companies that will buy a lot of cheap stuff to just get it on the market. And I think that as consumers, especially for us, if we demand a higher quality, we'll get a higher quality. I think we've started to see that some. I just hope that people keep on doing it. The problem that I see is we have a market here that's always looking for the cheapest, which everybody's going to. You're not going to want to overspend on things. The problem comes down to people want things to be so cheap that they'll sacrifice quality and they don't give a shit. And then when that happens, the market gets drowned and gets dragged down to lower and lower quality, because as a manufacturer, why would you give a shit what quality of parts you're putting in it if people are buying it? If they're just looking for the cheapest parts, they're going to just keep buying whatever you can give that's a cheaper cost. As long as it'll work somewhat, they're okay with it. So, and that's the thing I think the screen market has kind of suffered with. Like, we pushed for cheaper and cheaper cost screens, which not all aftermarket screens are junk, but you do see a majority of the problems, especially early on with like screen separation from the frames. You saw a lot of phones or a lot of screens that were just junk because they'd fall out of the frame. And then like LCD quality, you'll see some that are just, the colors are not even close, or the viewing angles on the older iPhones were just absolute shit. So, alright, so since my DC power supply is not cooperating today, beforehand when plugging into the power board here, we were getting 0 amp draw. Now we'll plug it in with the battery disconnected. We're going to watch the number right here. These 3 zeros will change. That's the amp side. So we'll plug it in. There you go. We can see that it's boosting it. It's trying to turn the phone on now, and it turns back off. Okay, so we can also show this by plugging in the screen. I can show you that it will loop. You love micro soldering? So do I, Brandon. I enjoy it a lot. Michael loves lamp. I'm pretty sure he's just saying different things around the room that he loves.
I love monitor.
He loves monitor.
I love monitor.
Do you really love monitor, Micah? Or are you just saying that?
I love monitor.
Okay. He loves monitor. What is it? PMIX 3 pounds? The thing about China shipping, I mean, you kind of have to expect to pay more, especially for DHL. I expect when I order something out of China, if I'm going to pay for DHL shipping, it's going to be a minimum of like 20 bucks. Most of the time, DHL shipping is, for the packages I buy, it's usually about $30, $40. So, I mean, really, if you think about it, you're getting a package all the way from China in 3 days. I mean, pretty fucking fast. What's up, Freddie? I mean, I pay $7 to ship something across the United States that takes 5 days. I'm getting a package from China for $13 more in 3. It's pretty impressive. I think if you're ordering from China and you're ordering small amounts, you're going to kind of screw yourself. You have to make sure that the purchase order that you're making is for enough that it makes it worthwhile. Lewis, your S7's battery's already shit. I mean, I haven't been overly impressed with Samsung's battery life. I'll say the battery life on my Huawei Honor 8 has been absolutely amazing. If you want a phone that's $300 or cheaper, for the build quality that you get, I mean, I know this phone's not for everybody. It's an Android-based phone, but it's got a all-glass back on it, fingerprint sensors right here. The sides of it are all aluminum. It's about the size of an iPhone 6, and the fingerprint scanner on it is extremely fast, which is hard to show. Let's see if we can dual camera this here. So, from the time I touch it to the time that it turns on. Let's see if I can touch it here. So, it's pretty much instant. The battery life on this thing, though, I mean, let's see. I've been using it most of the day. It's at 40%. Let's see what it says if based on just general use left on the battery. So if I use the battery conservatively, it has 5 hours and 11 minutes left. If I put it on ultra power saving mode, it has 15 hours and 51 minutes left. So, Lewis, it's actually a really good phone. I've been really happy with Honor's phones. I actually have two of them. I've got a Honor 8, which is the one that I prefer. This one has more options. It's got the dual camera lens, and it seems a little faster. If you're looking for a phone that's really on a budget, you can buy this one. It's the Honor 6X. It's larger. It's like a Note size. Has a dual camera also and the fingerprint scanner on the back. It is a little slower for the US model. The international model is really fast, but the US model seems to be a little sluggish. Not really slow in any means, but it doesn't feel as snappy as my Honor 8. But I mean, it's still pretty quick. I mean, nothing crazy. Could just be the UI. I don't know. But this phone I bought brand new for $160, and it's unlocked. It has an SD card slot and dual SIMs. I don't know that you can really beat that kind of price. Yeah, I don't understand why Samsung has slowly turned themselves into Apple. I mean, I like a premium product, but at the same time, they've made their phones almost non-user serviceable. I'm over here putting this back together. I haven't even showed you all that the Tristar is functioning now. Let me put the screen on it real quick, and I'll show you that Tristar is now recognizing the USB is present and is attempting to boot the phone and charge it up. So with this meter that I use, it will prompt the phone to boot even with the battery disconnected. Some of them I've noticed won't, but this one does. So plug it in here, no battery connected. We should get the Apple logo here in a second. There you go, Apple logo, and then it'll turn back off because the battery's not plugged in. So there you go. If we plug in the battery, I don't know if this battery has any charge. It's probably dead, but it may try to boot it and then go back to the charging logo. Just straight to the charging logo. So we're pulling right now 80 milliamps, or 800, excuse me, 800 milliamps, which is about right for this this board. Seems a little low. That's why. Let me turn my voltage up a little bit. There we go, 5 volts now. Let's see what it pulls. Okay, now it's pulling 900 milliamps, so that's right on par where they are normally on my meter. So that looks good to me. I just need to put it back together. Apple logo fan spin, pretty much. That is the fan spin for me.
What's the easiest way to purchase connection?
Take your micro pencil and put a little bit of solder on it, let the flux burn off, and it'll make the solder want to stick to everything, and then just touch it between the two pads and it should bridge. And then if it's a little too much, you can add a little flux and just knock it down a little bit.
So just go in there dry pretty much.
Yep, go in dry, just like your mama told you. You want to go in dry. You spin me right around, baby. I need to make some more t-shirts. I've had a bunch of t-shirts I need to make. I'll probably do that Monday since I'm off for Labor Day. Bought a microscope today. I'm happy, but my wallet's hurting. Well, Rodrigo, if you're making the investment, though, you'll get that money back. Trust me. Lewis inspired me to buy my first AMScope 20x fixed zoom microscope, and it paid for itself many times over. And now the AMScope I have now it's paid for itself. I mean, it pays for itself in a day. So it's definitely worth the investment. It has to be a passion, though. You have to enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy this stuff, it'll get aggravating pretty quickly. Alright, so that's everything back in. Put our screen back on, then put our shields on, and we'll be done. S7 isn't a hard battery change. Bit of hot air, 50 minutes. Yeah, it's not terribly hard. It's just, it should be a lot easier than it is. I mean, you think about the old Samsungs, literally 2 seconds you could change a battery. I mean, I don't disagree with putting a glass back on it, but I don't know. They made waterproof phones without having them completely sealed up. I guess I can't really say anything, though, because my One Honor phone has a glass back on it too, but I haven't had any battery problems, so until that day comes, I'll be happy with it. I also love the quick charge option on this thing. I don't know how anybody lives without quick charge. I'll be interested to see. I think the new iPhone's finally supposed to have quick charge options. Supposedly the frame was leaked and they had a cutout, I think, for a QI charger also. So that'd be interesting to see. Yeah, Rodrigo, competition level really changes. Don't tell Lewis where... Oh no, you told Lewis where you are. He's gonna open a store next door. Lewis has been looking to expand. He's gonna put a store right next to you. Samsung's quick charges is normal charge for other phones. My phone charges up pretty fucking quick. Usually about an hour will get me close to 60-70%. Sometimes more. If you use a normal charger on a Samsung phone, it charges slower than an Apple Genius replacing a Tristar. Well, does that mean it doesn't charge at all since Apple Geniuses don't replace Tristar? What's the one? Don't they have like Apple Ranch or something out in fucking Texas or Atlanta? I don't fucking know. Someplace in the U.S. where they supposedly fix phones now. What's up, Spectre? Let me see what's in this other mail-in box. Fast charge works. It works on my phone. What's in this box? Looks like a MacBook board. Woo, MacBook board. What's the description? Backlight will work intermittently. We tried 2 screens. All had same issue. Okay. Well, let's look and see why the backlight's intermittent on this. Intermittent backlight. What's up, Paul? Lewis's patent rapid cool technology. I use it quite a bit. I hope I don't have to pay royalties on it. Much bubble wrap. Mini wraps. This is a 15-inch board. The bane of our existence. Are you sure you want to exit Open Broadcaster? No, I don't. Leave Open Broadcaster alone.
Who, me?
No, I hit the key. I hit the keyboard. 40%? I thought it was supposed to go to like 70% and then stop. Alright, we're gonna let our iPhone sit over here and charge while we're checking this thing out. Alright, so let's look at the LVDS piece since they said it's intermittent backlight issue. I see a problem already, I think. Maybe. Yeah, there's definitely something on the connector there. The fuck is that? That's not that's not backlight area, but let's go over here and look in the backlight area. Don't see anything overly wrong there. Let's look inside the LVDS and see what's going on in there. Calm down, Mr. Connector. I'll tell you one thing, the LED light that they give you is absolute garbage. The connector, the fucking mini USB connector. Does it seem bugged? Alright, so since it's been a while since I've worked on an older MacBook, I'm going to have to look up where the backlight driver is located on this one. Based on what I can see, looks like the backlight driver is on the other side of the board. So let me pull that up real quick. How did I diagnose that it was a bad U2? Well, Tristar, it's not U2 on the 6S, but Tristar. On my little cheap Chinese battery tester, charger, amp meter, everything all in one, whenever I plug in an iPhone with the battery disconnected, if Tristar is functioning and Tigris is pumping out the boosted 4.2 volts, what will happen is the battery or the amp draw through the USB will go up. It'll go up to about 110 milliamps to 150 milliamps, right in that range, and it will try to boot the phone. When the battery's not present, though, Tigris will notice that there's no data coming from the battery, and it'll say, "Hey, shut down," so it shuts the phone off. So when I don't see that bump in voltage, usually that's a good indication that it is Tristar. It can be Tigris not creating 4.2 volts. It's far less common that Tigris itself is bad. It's usually a Tristar issue because it's a direct interface with the USB port. Tigris has only been bad a few times for me, far less than when Tristar is faulty. If you want to tell if it's a Tigris or Tristar issue, you pretty much have to replace Tristar to ensure that it is working properly, because Tigris won't actually start boosting the voltage until Tristar tells the phone, "Hey, the USB is present. We need to go ahead and boost up the voltage." Usually, with these situations, I will replace Tristar if it's still not seeing the USB and still not booting up, and I know my USB cable is good. I'll go ahead and check VCC main. Whenever a USB is present and a battery is present, or even when a battery is not present, when you plug in the USB, the Tigris chip takes that voltage coming in and it boosts the VCC main line up to 4.2 volts, which is the voltage that's required to charge the battery up. if Tigris isn't functioning, it won't be boosting. So if you've replaced Tristar and you know it's good, then Tigris is going to be your next issue to look at. Another thing you can check is the PMID line, which is, it's like an internal like power management line to Tigris. Sometimes those will be short. That will tell you that Tigris is faulty. The other line that you need to check before you give up on it would be the Tristar power. Well, it's called PIN, but it's power in line. It's a 5-volt USB input line that tells Tristar, hey, USB is present, you need to turn on. There's a bunch of little things in the charging circuit that you can check, but the main ones that usually fail are Tristar and Tigris. The battery, like, reverse voltage gates, or not battery, the charger reverse voltage gates, they rarely go bad unless it's water damage. The PIN line can sometimes go bad, but usually that's water damage related also. But those are just some things you can check.
Check things.
If it's 2.8 volts and the charger's plugged in, yeah, it's not boosting properly. It should be spiking up to 4.2 and then turning off, and then spiking up to 4.2 and turning off. If you have one where it's not boosting properly, Tigris does have a coil. That coil can be bad. I've seen it twice. It's very, very rare, but it can happen. Tigris does the boosting internally, but it has an external coil that it runs through. So that coil, I've seen it actually, once I've seen it knocked off the board, and the other time I've seen it where it was actually like, it looked like the backlight coil. It did shit its guts out. The one it was knocked off the board, I don't know if that was physical damage or if it got enough of a jolt that it lifted one side of the coil. Like the coil was sitting on the board like this at an angle. Alright, so I need to look up this board real quick. Oh, our iPhone is now turning on. The battery's charged up enough for it to turn on. Where is your battery? There's your model number, 3330. 820-3330. We had a little problem with our NAS today. One of the drives in it went bad. We went ahead and ordered a new one. Luckily we had it in a RAID 10 though, so everything's backed up. MacBook 3330. Do I have 3330? I don't think I do. Let's go find it. 3330. Where the fuck is it? Right there. 820-3330. Nothing found. Alright, to the Google. PDF. Alright, found the PDF. And board view. There we go. 2012 MacBook. Board view and schematic. Bad Caps is a good forum. If you all are on Bad Caps and you need a schematic, they tend to have them. If not, you can Google a majority of it.
Google.
If you can't find schematics with the ability to use Google, then you probably don't need to be working on boards. Google is your friend. Learn to use it. Alright, so let's make a new folder in here. What the fuck are you doing? New folder. Alright, just dump it in the MacBook folder. I don't care. Alright, so we've got our PDF and our schematic. Let me pull that up. Put it in a folder inside a folder. Alright, so... Really, Paul? Why is your shit not working? Oh, I had it the wrong... Makes sense. It's in a different directory now. Did I get the S6 working? No, I had to order a new PMIC. Evidently the one I put on there was fucked. Because I checked it on another board and it wasn't shorted. On mine it was shorted, but if I removed the IC it wasn't shorted. And the one I have I tested on, I can't pull parts off of it. So I went ahead and ordered new chips. Alright, so we need the other side. Let's see here. Where is the backlight? 3-volt switch. Zoom in a little more here. Maybe backlight is on the other side. Yep. Okay. So backlight is over here. So it's the 3 on the end. Where we had our junk stuck to it. We had our junk all stuck to it over there. Let's check these pins. They seem okay. Connector's a little off center, but not bad. Let's see, where else does this go? So everything's on the back side of the board. There's our diode. So it's going to be over here. Okay, so there's our diode and our coil. Where's our controlling IC? That's the question. I'm trying to think how... So the coil, the diode, everything should talk... Okay, so here it is. So it's a BGA. I was going to say it'd have to be between the coil and diode. So we're on the other side. We're right near the fan. And the connector down here, so it's right there. So there's our backlight driver. See if there's anything that looks weird around here. I mean, the pads look a little discolored, but that looks like just from like the cleaning solution that they use. Let's see, filter, the fuse, good. Let's check, see if there's any continuity to output here. Those are back, these are all feedback resistors, they look like. One of these should be main output though. Unless the diode's probably blocking it. Guess we can check everything here. Coil's working. Let's see if diode's working. Yeah, diode's working properly. I'm really thinking that I don't know that I have a 15-inch screen to test this. I might have to grab one Monday to test it from the guys over at the Apple store. Let me look around this and see what all these components are. This is a capacitor, resistor, backlight enable, backlight set, 5 ESO. Let me see if it looks like there's anything up. What is the cam on the AMScope? This is AMScope's autofocus camera. They make one in China that's similar, that uses the same scope component, so if you're looking to save a little money, there is an option out there. Oh fuck. Alright, so I'm just looking at the balling under it to see if anything looks weird. I don't really see anything that looks weird. The one I have on there, the model number is like F something. F100, I think. Or AF100. So I can't see anything odd under the backlight driver. I'm going to go ahead and just reflow it just to make sure that it is sitting down like it should be. We need to turn our airspeed up to MacBook Air speeds and our heat up to MacBook Air temperatures, because the MacBook takes considerably more heat than the iPhone does. Alright, so hopefully we won't melt our little connector over here. A little hot. We'll bring that down just a little bit. I don't want to melt my connector too much here. Okay, it sprung back into place after we nudged it. What cleaner? I use Branson EC cleaner, but I know Branson can be a little difficult to get in Europe. I'm not sure what other cleaners there are out there. But I personally use Branson. It's been pretty good stuff. We fixed a few boards with it by just literally running through ultrasonic, so. Just to make sure this is cleaned up, we'll recheck our balling just to make sure that it still looks good. It looks beautiful. It's a pretty view right there. You can see the chip right here. You can see all the solder balls under it. It looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and check touch up the FPC, or not FPC, LVDS up here. So used to iPhone terms. I'm gonna go ahead and just resolder these pins just because it had something on them, and it didn't look like anything corrosive, but just to make sure that these pins are good, we'll get our big iron out here. We'll hit it up with a little leaded solder. It's a Mac, that's the problem. Yeah, probably. A few solder bridges, no big deal though. I just want to make sure that we retouch all these pins. May have to go to the tweezers to get in there tight. Got too much solder on here is why they're bridging up like that, because it already had the solder that was on the pins plus what I added, so makes it even more. Alright, let's put a little more flux. Flux is your friend. It cleans up all your messes. So as you can see, when you add a little more flux and you drag that, it'll actually clean these up for you. Alright, so we still have a good excess amount over here. Alright, I'm gonna grab the micro tweezers to get these in here between the capacitor. We'll just go pin by pin. Alright, so those all look pretty good. What's the problem with it? They said that the backlight was turning on and off intermittently. They said they tried multiple screens and it did it with every screen. I don't have a 15-inch screen here to test because I don't keep a whole lot of MacBook parts on hand. But I'm pretty sure our friends over at the Apple certified repair store across the street will have one. I'll have to ask them when I get a chance if I can just borrow one to test. Alright, so just get this nice and clean. Alright, I'm going to go through and the first three should all be connected. They are. Those two are connected. Alright, so all of those are good. Which swabs do I use? We use just over-the-counter shit. They're pointed, actually. They have a finer end on them. That way I can kind of get down and stuff a little better. This one's a 3330. It's 2012. Based on this board, just looking at it, I really don't see a whole lot wrong with it. Being a 2012 though, there's always a good chance that it's a GPU fucking up on it. Not as much as the 2011s, but that's the one thing that worries me. Fan spin time? I'm not worried about fan spin. I'm more worried about backlight or not. But I'll have to check this one Monday to see if it is fixed. I don't think we have anything else to do. I think I got some other Samsungs or something. Yeah, Samsung Note 4 and a I think it's a G4, G5, something there. No, V20. That's what it is. We have a V20 here that needs data recovery. I've got to order. I don't have the reader for it because it uses UFS, but it's a BGA 153 UFS, and I don't have that. I only have the EMC 153, so I've actually got to order that. And see if I can get it. If not, I'll probably have to ship it off to somebody. Backlight spin? Indeed, backlight spin. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up everything. Do you all have any questions? Anything that you all are interested about? Mike has got a question. Do I use clone Hako tips? No, I buy real ones. I don't know if it's any difference. I just the price point on the tip isn't that expensive for me. I mean, a normal tip for a Hako is like 30 bucks. Something that's going to last you if you take care of it. I mean, this tip here, the BCM 2 or BCM, I think it's, no, BCM 3. I've had that tip for over a year. Any news on the iMac? Oh, yeah, iMac. I got the capacitors in yesterday. We put them on. It has backlight now. It turns on, works, has backlight. Mike actually took a photo of it after we got it back together and turned it on. The iMac is alive. They were pretty happy over at the Apple store. Mobile VCC main short, PMIC removed, no short. New PMIC 3 times, still short. Mobile, your placement must be off. It's the only way you would have a short after replacing a chip. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the iMac. I mean, I'm surprised we were able to clear the short, how bad the damage was to the board. But I soldered, like I said I was going to, I soldered the caps down on the ground side and then left the other side just sitting on top of the conformal coating and just ran a heavy gauge wire in between all the caps and then soldered it back to the main output of the backlight, and it's all good now. Johnny 5 alive. We've got a bunch of stuff to ship off. Mike is working on them right now. We got a bunch of iPads. We've been taking stuff off. I'm waiting on the iPad reader for the Nabby so we can do all the iClouds on those. Alright, Paul, you have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Placement is fancy solder balls all getting good. Placement checked twice. 1V8 SD RAM short. Remove the filter. See if it's on the PMIC side or if it's on the SD RAM side. If it's on the SD RAM side, you got very few options at that point. See you, Brandon. Yeah. It's about 400. Okay, Freddy. I can find my phone. What evil things have you said to me? Aw, shit. What do I owe you? Underfill blade. What's the underfill blade? Is that the one I already have? Where is it? This one? Is that the one you're talking about? Little curved fucker. Focus, you fuck. That guy. Or is it a different one? I send you Moonies. Send me your PayPal address. I know I probably asked for it a million times, but oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just send me your PayPal and I'll pay you for the blade and the adapters. Boop 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 boop. Computers. Is Lewis still in here? Lewis, do you want a Surface Pro 3? I can get you one. Surface Pro 3.
You can't take my Surface Pro and sell it to someone else.
Do you want one?
I've already got one.
Do you want another one?
I don't know. How much?
I don't know. Let me see how many laptops are here.
Oh,
Eight-
you're gonna do another
18,
laptop order?
25, 18, 25, 27, 28. 28 laptops for $3,300. About $100 and some a piece. Anybody need some laptops? Hook you up, bruh. Hook you up. Tell Micah to stop being a boldy pants. What's a boldy pants?
What? Tell them
Send a
stop
link to
making
the
up
iPhone
fucking
or the
words.
phone I have. Okay, hold on. You put your pants on one leg at a time, Micah.
Chris, I'll have you know, I put my pants on one leg at a time like a regular guy. But before I do it, I put on gold-plated diapers.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I'm Bruce Dickinson.
Bruce Dickinson.
I'm telling you, you're gonna want that cowbell in there.
Ding 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 ding.
It's enough, man. I'm done. Done.
Quit. Not
Nah,
doing
man,
it
I'm telling
anymore.
you. You're gonna want that cowbell in there.
Not doing it anymore, bro. The scraper tip, that came from the China land. Actually, we will have one coming in for review. What's up, Paul? Paul Daniels. Paula Daniels. Pauline Daniels.
I need a pig on the way.
Dang, they have the phone in gold. What's up, dog? They got the gold on her. Oh shit, it's cheap too. 64 gig for $299. Brand new. Oh, $279 for the 64 gig for the Honor 8. The same one I have. That's cheap as fuck. Brand new phone for $279.99. That's unlocked with a Cortex A72 and Cortex A53. Has 4 high-speed cores and 4 low-speed cores. 4 gigs of RAM.
7 gigs of RAM.
10 million gigs of RAM.
Shit my pants right now.
I use sharpened oyster shells for underfill removal. That's probably the best way to do it.
What?
This Rodrigo's eating peanuts, drinking beer, and making homemade bread while watching streams. This is pretty much the best Friday night he's ever had. Oh, Long Johnson. This one has autofocus. I don't use it very much though, to be honest. I wish it was better. Here, I'll turn autofocus on. Okay, autofocus is set to on now. I mean, it focuses good. I mean, it does a good job. The problem is when you get into intricate things, it can freak out sometimes. And it did okay that time. Sometimes when you get real close, it doesn't know where to focus. So it's like constantly focusing in and out. Yeah, see, like, I think the focal point should be in the center, and sometimes it's not. Is that phone worth buying? Yeah. It's an awesome phone. I have one right here. Honor.
Hawaii Honor.
Hawaii Honor.
Hey, Hawaii Honor.
It's a good looking phone too. It's cheap too. If you ever break the screen on, it's like $30.
$20.
There's the back of it. It's all shiny and shit. All shiny and shit. Draw a face on the part of your face detection on your camera. What? Draw a face on the part for face detection on your camera. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, the 3D stencils are nice. I like them. For autofocus. I mean, the autofocus is okay. Manual focus is just as easy. So, like, if I move to something that's not in focus, I can do the one. I press one button and it'll focus itself for me. Does it have the honor listed? I don't think it does. Let me check. No, it does not. Although if you check like mobile centrics and stuff, they carry, I think they carry honor parts. Let me look and see. Mobile centrics. Other parts.
I can't read what filter this is. I'm not going to resist.
Let's see, I thought they carried it. Maybe it was somebody else. I guess it's somebody else that carries the honor stuff. Maybe it's Injured Gadgets. Let me see. Injured Gadgets. Other, yeah. Injured Gadgets carries parts for them. Huawei. The 6P. They have the Mate 9 screen. They don't have the Honor 8 screen though. You can buy the Honor 8 screens though on eBay. Let me find it real quick. Honor 8 LCD. On eBay, the Honor 8, let me see, I want US only. US only supplier for screens, they're $30. Some of them are as cheap as 15 bucks. But yeah, the screen for mine, OEM touchscreen for Honor 8 black screen. Let's see how much it is. Black screen is $24.95 in the US. Fed up with these power supply iPhone cables breaking off in the battery connector. I haven't found any good ones. What I do is, as mine wear out, I just take the little plastic piece off of a bad battery and just solder it onto mine. That way it's new, I guess. You want a big phone with a big screen and crazy power? The Honor 8's not that big. It's pretty powerful though. You're in the UK. Let's see what it is in the UK. Oh, okay, in the UK. Worldwide shipping. Let's see. You can buy it from Hong Kong direct. It'll just take a while. It's $20 from Hong Kong for the screen. Oh, it's in the US. Let me see if I can choose Great Britain. No, won't let me. Cancel. Alright, so before I go, I appreciate everybody that's donated for the relief fund stuff. We're gonna get that. I'm gonna try to get it through PayPal as quick as I can. We had some of it direct PayPal donations. Some of them went through Google AdSense. I'm going to go ahead and make up the difference for the Google AdSense, however long it's going to take. We'll write the check out. I think with everybody's donations, we should be right around $850 or $900, right in that range. We'll go ahead and split that number and send it equal parts to... there's one that's a flood relief for the animal shelters in Texas, and then there's one for... we'll probably do like the Red Cross or something for the relief in Texas. But thank you all for donating to that, and hopefully we'll have some exciting news coming up as far as the deals with some of the suppliers. I'll let you know as I know. I just want to okay stuff with them before I say I'm going to do something. That way it's cool. But that will pretty much end it tonight. I'm caught up on mail-in. I've got a few data recovery jobs that I have to do. I'll probably get to them Tuesday, and then I think I'm pretty much caught up. Everything else is, we're waiting on parts for the Samsung. That's about it. So thank you all for everybody that has sent stuff in. I appreciate the support, and everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you all Tuesday. Maybe over the weekend, but most likely Tuesday. But Paul Daniel said that he wants to stream now because he's super excited to show us how good he is at Tristars. So everybody tell Paul Daniels that he needs to stream, and I will see you all next week. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe. Don't go chasing wallabies around, Paul. And everybody else, just be normal. See y'all.